CornwallGaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nider, and today we're gonna watch some new plays cEDH. Most probably have seen that red box somewhere. Yes, I'm gonna be popping out Rocco on this game. This was filmed at CornwallGaming a few weeks back. I think it was, February 20th, not that long ago. Long story short, we went to the Brockville tournament. I thought I lost my power bank that you see right here, the anchor one. I actually didn't lose it. It was hidden in the bottom in a torn up pocket in the bottom of my backpack. So I haven't been recording a lot lately, but we'll start back. In today's game, we're gonna have a Rocco. Rocco is a tutor in the command zone, either Food Chain, Kiki-Jiki with Karmic Guide and Philidar Guardian. I got some Secret Spice with Goblin Sharpshooter and Splinter Twin. So you can make infinite Goblin Sharpshooter. And that's it. Food Chain, Protein Hulk, all the shenanigans. I like to have a bunch of opportunities. Right in front of me, there is a Sisay with the right captain. Sisay is also a tutor in the command zone. However, she needs to get on the board, and then they need to pay 5 Wooburg to go and get a legendary in her library. The hardest part is to get her above her 2/2 power, so you need more legendary creatures or legendary permanents, because there is some legendary permanent, not just like, I know I got a Soul Cauldron, it's not gonna trigger, but Cultist of the Absolute from Baldur's Gate gives her +5/+5, and it is a +4/+4, and it is a black. So you need, for each color outside of Sisay, of course, for each color you give her +1/+1. So at base, you can go get a 1 CMC, so that's why you want to go up. And then you've got Planeswalker Loop, or you've got a Emiel Derevi, Infinite Mana, Infinite Search, whatever. Ketramose. Ketramose is a funny one. It is a... Actually, I don't even remember. I know he is into all of the regular color of Orzhov, looking into exiling stuff. So because when stuff gets exiled, you draw a card, lose 1 life. Leyline of the Void, Rest in Peace. It is and then he tries to mill you, so that every time you put something in your graveyard, you just get exiled. So you draw some card. And of course, we've got Tivit. Tivit is a old staple. The name of the game is to either not let Tivit come in, or if you let him come in, you get a null rod to stop Time Sieve. Time Sieve is a sacrifice 5 artifact, tap Time Sieve, get an extra turn. So if you can do that non-stop, it's actually GG. Also a I always forget the color combination for blue, black, and white. So they got access to Torocol and all these kinds of shenanigans. Quick word, thank you very much for cEDH Canada, a small little group trying to promote the cEDH community, get it bigger. We are, of course, based mainly, well, they are, because I'm just talking about them. They are mainly positioned in the Montreal and Cornwall area, trying to amass a bunch of other small location. Kind of hard, because the other part of Toronto, of Ontario, is South Ontario, which are super close to the United States lines. So their community is not small, and they go play with the US guys. So that these two small communities make a big one. So, but hey, anything that makes CEDH bigger is a good thing. March 22nd is going to be a tournament at CornwallGaming at, never remember if it's 10:30 or 11. So just be there by 10:30 at CornwallGaming. I believe I don't remember, but pretty much everything goes back to the top 4 outside of paying out the judge, and that's it. Mulligans are done. Mulligans are gone. Pre-games are called. Aaron Mesa into Plateau. Simon Spirit Guide and Plateau into Deep Gnome Terramancer. Deep Gnome Terramancer is a weird tech. Could be useful. So every time somebody get a fetch land, you can go get a plains and put it into your hand. So if you see, I believe in that game, you'll see why I don't play it anymore. Moxapal for Ketramose. So I didn't go get a second plains. I'm just swapping out my fake plateau for my brand new plateau. Well, brand new. The one I just bought. Watery Grave. Chromux was imprinting Force of Will, but instead it put something else. Grand Arbiter. Dranit turn 1. That's gonna be a harsh game. Nobody fetched. One of the way to circumvent the Deep Gnome Terramancer, you can ask all of you do some politics and you say, okay, so we're gonna all play a fetch. We all fetch on the same turn, so the player only gets 1 land. So that way, yeah, it's once per turn. So that way you can actually just make sure that the player only gets 1 extra land every rotation. Underground Sea, Kinnan out. Ketramose drops a swamp. Yeah, I know it's Ketramose, but Ketramose is so much funnier to say. Academy Ruins could go get his time save back. Talisman of Progress. Ancient Tomb. Everybody's laughing at me because nobody played the fetch. Imperial Recruiter. No idea why I stopped at Scorch Rusalka. I also stopped on Squee, unless I have Food Chain in there, and kind of not useful. I don't have any green, so. Bloom Tender. So I remember, and I'm getting Bloom Tender passes the turn, and right after I do, got no green. What am I doing? I don't have any green. Why did I go get Bloom Tender? And this is why I didn't get Delighted Elfling, because I could not cast Delighted Elfling. But Bloom Tender, I could cast it, of course. Enlightened Tutor for the Ketramose. Petal on top. Dropping Petal. 1, 2, 3. Ketramose. Cannot play Ketramose. Children of Corliss. Sacrifice, so you gain life for the number of life you lost this turn. Tekinuma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 away from. Ooh, Soul Ring in hand. Sending a message, going to combat. Forgot to say I played Soul Ring. Clearly I don't have nothing in hand. Or I have everything, but it's all green. Which look exactly like that. Vampiric Tutor for Sisay player. Relic of Legends. So this means that he can tap any legendary permanent to make a mana of any color. The thing is, since it's the ability of an amulet, it's not a tap ability. It doesn't have the arrow, so it doesn't trigger cannon. Demonic Tutor for Ketramose. Kind of an eventful game. Uneventful. This is what's happened with the Dranit. Dranit Magistrate is a stacks piece. Gets a card. Pretty much sure it's not gonna be the Urza Saga. Ooh, fetch land, finally! Cracks a fetch! First fetch of the game! Tape Gnome Terramancer finally doing something. You see, a land entered the game. A land entered without being played. Terramancer triggers. Savannah goes. Ooh, it's not even to end. It goes in play. Goes in tapped. However, it's good, but it's not excellent. But it's still good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tivit being dropped. We are on the verge of losing. So of course he's gonna vote for 2 treasures. Then we will vote for clues, so he'll have 3 clues. So we are close to dying if he has time sieve in hand. If he doesn't have time sieve, he's still gonna be able to draw a ton of stuff. We're not gonna be able to block Tivit. Now that I've got a Savannah in hand, Bloom Tender passes. Fire Covenant. So he's gonna wipe the board. Oh yeah, he can kill Dranit Magistrate. Then he'll be able to get Sisay out. So Fire Covenant for 8. He's gonna kill pretty much all the board except Tivit. Bloom Tender wipes the board out. Asking around, is there any answers? Anyone? Rending Volley, destroying Cannon. Jolly Balloon Man would have been good on the board, but it needs 2 color. Dropping Sisay. Looks like a Sisay pass. 1, 2, 3. Because you are tapping the creature with the Relic of Legends, you're not summoning Sickness doesn't apply because it's the relic that taps a creature. It's not a tap ability with an arrow on it. Casting the Revi. Presuming he's casting the Revi to have a blocker at some point. Untaps Relic of Legends, adds 2 mana up. Next turn could get an activation. Well, next turn you could actually just win the game. Go get. Yeah, I don't know that much to say, but what I know is now she can go get. Well, now she can. They can go get Diada. Diada will make treasures. Right after that, they can use a treasure to get a second activation. Go get Aminatu to flicker Diada, reuse Diada, redo a. Well, you can tap your Planeswalker now to make mana, so that could be a win on his part. Ketramose being casted. Surgical Extraction. Ooh, like I was saying, gets Kennen exiled. Yeah, because Surgical Extraction usually looks for copies of that card, and since we're in Singleton format, it's I exile a card from my graveyard or your end, and then I decide I draw a card. Of course, he draws a card also thanks to Ketramose, because he puts a card in exile. Goes and fetch and pass. So at this point, if he has Time Sieve, we are cooked. I don't have any flyer. Ketramose doesn't have any flyers. Derevi is there. He's making 5 every turn. He's going to be drawing a card every extra turn. Swinging out to Derevi. Swinging out to Sisay, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to block. So makes 2 treasures, 3 clues, 10 artifact on board. Time sieve. And at this point, we are just saying, oh God, we are done. Then at that point, look, we're just scooping. The Sisay player is looking, would I have been able to win on this turn? So we're not even trying to say so. Congratulations to the Tivit player. This was a slow game. Trinit Magistrate turn 1, seat 4 again. This is brutal. But it is an extremely good way to play Tivit. And that's it. Remember everyone, we are going in Cornwall on March 22nd for Cornwall Brawling. It is a Saturday. I don't remember 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be the 3rd Thursday this week. So we're going to be at the CornwallGaming Thursday, March 20th and 22nd. We're going to go for the tournament. Hope to see you there, and I'll see you guys next game.